Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Funday Sunday, and right now we are in our turbines, and I'm going to talk to you about the usage of smoke. So right now, currently firing at us is a Fiji who is hiding in smoke, who thinks he is invisible. Granted, firing at someone that is in smoke is very difficult to do, very hard to actually land your shells, but as you saw there, we got a citadel on him. And if I was that Fiji captain, I would not be sitting still like he is. He's still currently firing at us, and I'm trying to gauge where the shots are coming from. He did launch torps, but fortunately the friendly Cleveland does take the torps of the Fiji, so I don't have to worry about that. Right now I'm just currently waiting on him to fire again so I can get a rough estimation of his general area that he's currently occupying. So do launch torps just in case I do not get him killed, and this next salvo should be able to take him out. Now he should be extremely low on health after a citadel, and just waiting for him to fire once more. There he is, and let loose the salvo, and goodbye. That is one Fiji down. Now, like I said, smoke is great, but never ever sit still in a smoke screen. Always rock back and forth, always keep moving, just in case someone is capable of kind of pinpointing your location within that smoke screen and are able to land shots at you. Granted, it is more difficult. Your guns are not as accurate whenever you're aiming at a target that you have locked on, as say for the Kutuzov. If you ever fire at a target that does not have target lock, your shells tend to be a little bit more inaccurate than if you're firing at, say, a target that you are locked on. Now I am currently being extremely ballsy here. I have 3 fires. My cooldown's gonna be on for a little while, and our friend Brandon does run into us, and my focus right now is the Kutuzov. He is extremely annoying, he keeps setting me ablaze, and I'm gonna see if I can kill him, showing us a nice big broadside. There we go, got a citadel, knocked off about half his health right there, and I think he's gonna probably pop some smoke and try to get away. And look at this, another citadel. So low on health, and can we just take him out? He looks like he's popped his smoke. He did run aground into the Colorado. Now, whenever you're moving, your shots tend to not follow, but ooh, it looks like we actually hit the Colorado by accident. And now I'm just gonna wait to let him fire, and this should be the killing blow. Nope. Can we take him out? Just waiting for him as his fire. And here's another thing. Your secondaries also give off your position. You see there? Secondaries fired, and I was able to determine where he was. And there we go. Now, secondaries are actually a lot easier to pinpoint someone's location than just their normal main turrets, because they are more central line to their ship. And they're not... Some secondaries won't fire as far, so they don't need that arc. Now, main turrets have a more of an arc to them, and so that's why I was able to pinpoint that location. But other than that, this is actually going to be it for this replay, so I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, everyone, welcome back to the next replay, and this replay is going to be a little bit short because pretty much, when it comes down to it, if you are a low-tier battleship like I am versus higher-tier carriers, you might want to be a little bit more careful. Now I make a very silly mistake, and it's going to cost me. Now we are playing on, I believe it's North, playing domination, and I am with a few friends of mine. They are in the Warspite, the Dunkirk, and I'm in the Fuso, and we're gonna try to go to A, and we'll see how this goes. Now I'm detected, but I'm a Fuso. The detection on the Fuso is huge. It is 18.3 kilometers, so pretty much anyone can detect you. And we have incoming fire from a unknown target. More than likely, it is going to be a destroyer since we can't actually detect them. And we do know there is a Leningrad and a Blishkovika, and they are divisioned up. So that should be kind of a hint as to what is probably firing at me. We're set ablaze, burning a little bit nicely. I'm not going to use my damage control because I don't want to use it with just one fire. And there's the Leningrad. It's a fast little Russian destroyer. So it's kind of difficult to actually land your shots when it's over 10 kilometers. Now, I used my damage control because I had 2 fires. But look what's coming in. 2 torpedo planes, and the Fuso's not the nimblest ship of the sea, and this is gonna be a very, very bad thing for me. I'm gonna start trying to turn in as fast as I can, but it's just this sucks. Looks like we're gonna take 4 torpedoes, and we get flooding. And our engine is off, and our damage control is going to be off for 45 more seconds. And we have both a Blishkovika and a Leningrad currently firing HE at us. What do you think is going to happen? Yep, a fire. Oh, this is just... Oh, this sucks. This has to be one of the worst feelings, is being focused on down so early in the match. Now we're going to try to get some shots off at the beginning. Might as well try to do some damage. And... oops, misjudged that aim. No shots landed. He's kind of coming in very narrow, so any shells that land is probably going to be over penetration or no damage on a penetration shot. Okay, that works. So in that entire match, I did no damage. I shot down 2 planes, hit a ship twice, caused no damage. Oh, I hate to say it, but this definitely does suck. But I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next replay. Alright everyone, welcome back to the last replay of Funday Sunday, and we are in our ARP Congo. And I love my Congo. She's such a beautiful ship, and I really do like the look of the ARP ships sometimes. And we are playing on Fault Line, one of the older maps there currently is. And we are trying to make our way over to A to help support our little destroyer who decides to go off by himself. And can you guess what's going to happen to our poor little destroyer? Yeah, he's not going to last very much longer. But at the same time, look what's coming in from the air. Yep, it is the enemy CV once again going for me. And he does land 2 fires on us. And now we are getting focused on by the enemy destroyers on around A. So I'm not going to go that way. Rather not try to get hit by any torpedoes that they may have. Now that torpedo plane, you notice, did not drop his bombs. I think he's waiting for me to extinguish my fire. And I'm taking quite a bit of damage. Now I probably should have just use my damage control, but at the same time this act of the fire is preventing him from dropping his torpedoes. So this allowed me to get closer to this island where it's going to be more difficult to actually drop his torpedoes close without having to go all the way on the other side. Now we do fire at a Gnevny and get 2 over penetration. Not bad. 2,400. Not bad. That's about a fifth of health from him. Something like that. And we get hit by our friend and his Emerald, and here comes the torpedo planes. Gonna try to drop in on us. Believe he figured out that I used my damage control, but fortunately this has given me enough time to actually get close to this island without, you know, ever taking a torpedo in at the side. And it looks like he is currently trying to drop. I did slow up, so I'm kind of in a vulnerable position at this moment. And here comes more torpedoes. Oh, good lord. Oh, no. Okay, he dropped a little bit too close, so only 1 torpedo landed. And those torpedoes in front did not make it all the way here. And there is a enemy of Johnny who is coming fairly close to a battleship. And can you guess what's about to happen? Goodbye. Devastating strike, 3 citadels. I believe he was trying to go for a torpedo run on a Congo. Probably wasn't the smartest idea in the world. He paid very dearly for that. So we're gonna quickly get back up to speed and try to help our team as much as possible. It looks like a majority of their team has moved over to A. There's a few ships over at C, but nothing we really need to worry about. Now I do have to keep an eye on that enemy Sims that is just south of us and try not to take any torpedoes. That's at least my hope and plan. Now I'm gonna start moving a little bit south and try to help out, and there is a enemy Sims who's currently fighting with our division mate and his Emerald. We're gonna try to help out as best we can. We get 2 over penetration, not enough to really help without taking him out, but he does go down to the enemy Sims. But at the exact same time, the Koenig takes out the Sims, and everyone is just dropping like flies. Now fortunately on both sides of the team, it's fairly well even, except for they have had at least 2 caps to our 1, but it looks like we are currently taking C, which is very, very nice. Now there is a enemy Fuso, 9.3 kilometers, showing a decent broadside, a little bit angled. Hopefully we can punish him that. There we go, Citadel. And that knocked off a good 1,400 points of damage health to him. I will gladly take that. But we are kind of in an odd position. We're not really able to help cap or anything like that. So I'm going to see if I can maneuver kind of away, possibly move a little bit south and get them from behind. Now there is a Pensacola that is a very, very juicy target, to say the very least. We do open up at the Koenig, and I look over and see that there is a smoke made by the Sims, and the last known position was right in front of us, and there are torpedo planes. I really think the CV has a hard-on for me because, well, can you guess why? Well, I don't want to spoil what's about to happen, but he kind of really wants me dead. Now we did lose our CV to a enemy destroyer, which is not good because that means the enemy CV has air superiority over us. Now I'm going to start turning away. We do knock out a few planes, and watch this. Here he comes, dropping his torpedoes. Only 1 plane was able to launch a torpedo, and it goes right past our bow, so close. Fortunately, it didn't even arm, and the CV is not very happy. As you can see, bullshit, that went right through your ship. Fortunately, we were able to dodge. It was very, very nice. Now, the Sims did not drop torpedoes, which is surprising. Actually, I think there they are. And let's see if we can actually speed up. Hopefully we can dodge these. Yes, we're good. We're good. And probably at this time, I probably should have switched over to high explosive. High explosive would probably have done a little bit more damage. Now, the Sims is currently in our secondaries, which is something you don't see too often with the Congo. Secondaries are alright. They fire a mixture of high explosive and armor piercing, and of course armor piercing doesn't do that much damage. So Joes are reloaded. We're gonna go ahead and open up, see if we can take out this Sims. Get 4 over penetration, did about 4,000 points of damage. Not bad, I guess. And we lose another friendly to the Kamikaze R, who is pretty much owning anyone up north, which is not particularly good. So I'm gonna try to move in. Fortunately, the Hatsuharu, who capped C, is gonna move in, and I guess he's gonna try to assist. Now the Hatsuharu is it's a pretty lousy destroyer. I will say that straight up there. It's not as bad as the Mutsuki. I did not like the Mutsuki. Hatsuharu was at least playable, But her guns aren't exactly the greatest thing in the world. But fortunately for the Hatsuharu, the Sims is currently firing armor-piercing rounds at the Hatsuharu, so he's taking probably more over-penetration damage than actual high explosive damage, so it's not knocking that much health off of him, which is very, very good. And I'm just trying to get around, trying to assist if all possible. Now, here comes a point where it's going to be very, very tense, to say the very least. But we're almost there. We just have to keep an eye on that Koenig, and we're going to try to take out the Sims if all possible. He is kind of a threat, but if you notice, that B is being captured. We do know there is at least 2 other destroyers kind of out and about. We don't really know where they're at. We do know at least one is at B, and it is probably the Kamikaze R. Because there's the other destroyer down at A, so it is definitely the Kamikaze R. Now, the Pensacola decides to start showing me a broadside, and RNGesus and his almighty power decided to say, nope, none of your shells shall land. And pretty much, as usual for a battleship, all your shots go everywhere except for where you aimed. Now, the Pensacola, in his effort to destroy our destroyer, and also probably try to avoid me, decides to run aground. And let's see, can we actually get a citadel? Nope. Get a penetration and 1 over penetration, and the Koenig is hammering away at us with his AP, and I'm just trying to keep myself as angled as possible and throw torpedoes. Oh my word. And now here comes the dive bombers, and there's the enemy CV right in front of us. And our AA is definitely going off. Hopefully we can shoot down his planes. He's probably getting low on the number of aircrafts that he has available. And finally we get a citadel on the Pensacola. And all that's left on the enemy team is the Kamikaze R, the Koenig, and the Independence. And I'm kind of low on health. The Koenig is almost triple the amount of health that I currently have. And the Koenig has decent guns, decent penetration on the guns, and has a little bit more than I do. But can you notice a vast difference between how we're currently playing our ships? I'm fairly well angled in. The Koenig is not. The Koenig is currently showing a broadside. And the Independence... And the Independence started to send one of his dive bombers toward us, but we were able to shoot it down. And, ooh, that was a kind of big hit from the Koenig. And there's the CV. What is he doing? It looks like he's coming straight for us. I think he's trying to go for a ram. What? Is he going for a ram? Oh, no. So we're going to start turning away kind of as quickly as possible. Now this is extremely dangerous. I am showing my broadside to the Koenig, and oh, we were able to dodge the Independence. The Independence is not a quick ship, and the Congo is a very, very quick ship. Now I'm going to start trying to turn away as quick as I can. Just don't really want to show off my broadside as much as possible. So this is going to be it for this episode of Funday Sundays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great and fantastic day. Zai Jen.